The first carry now for Doug Martin. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers on the ground for Martin a week ago. 16 carries, 85 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
On second down, it's Martin. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go. On the defensive side of the football, the starting lineup now for Jacksonville. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
On the draw, here's Martin. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by the only 6-time Super Bowl champion in league history. In his 20th season now, Tom Brady.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
That throw by Brady incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it'll be second down. And now a look at the offense for Jacksonville.
Big Dwayne Brown is still one of the top left tackles in the NFL. A 4-time Pro Bowler, he's respected around the league because of his big frame, nimble feet, and strong grip. When you rush the passer against Dwayne Brown, you're just hoping to get near the quarterback.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. He's going to loft one, and that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Goff. Goes underneath to Martin. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, a give to Martin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Here goes tonight. 20. I'm here all day.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 15 carries, 63 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. What we hear so often, how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but, hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
On second down, Martin. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the gun on third down, Goff. Open man is Allison, complete. And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now this pass to Vance McDonald, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. He'll have a first down past the 40. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Goff now looking to throw. Washington's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. They'll run. Martin. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Doug Martin. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a Doug Martin touchdown run. There's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And we take some time to spotlight T.Y. Hilton now. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Draw play. This is Martin. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Deshaun Jackson getting set to go again on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. A good pickup there, a 22.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he's gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Space to maneuver at the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, it's Brady. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. The kick by Bryant is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Doug Martin now gearing up to go again here on offense. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. And Martin's got it complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's got his man Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Goff now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Martin. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
from just shy of midfield. Goff got a man. That's Allison. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Goff now looks to throw. And he finds McDonald. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to the ground, Martin, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Goff. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Gone. It's complete. Doug Martin. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal.
A 31-yard attempt.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Alabama, 380, check 56. Good track. 50.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Brady, he'll air it out. He's got a man, complete. this way down deep in Denver territory. A big third down play there for the Jags. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. He will push his way down to about the 14. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Brady going to throw. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And we turn our focus to Doug Martin. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff open here is Allison. That's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Goff now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Goff throwing again. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Martin. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Goff. Complete to Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. And now with that completion. He's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike.
To throw is gone. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with the road win. Jameis Winston, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. 21-13, your final score. In the game you're watching, it was Jared Goff with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. And caught left side, Olsen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. They run again with Hunt. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Brady now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady, that's caught. It's Thomas. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Bryant is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. And look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. They try to fire up the running game with Martin. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. From the gun on 3rd down, gone. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Denver. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Alabama, 380.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run it here with Hunt.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
This is caught by Jackson. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Hey, 380! We own them. We own them. Shift. 380, hey!
They'll run it now with Juszczyk. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing is Brady on third down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 36.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
We got it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And Denver getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Goff now looking to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on first. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On 2nd and 10, Brady. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Here's Brady. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Doug Martin now gearing up to go again here on offense. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Broncos 10, Jaguars 9.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now Brady. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's gone. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A beautiful fake. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Defensively,
you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Throwing now is Brady. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Brady's throw there complete. Give him 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. Oh, they get right to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
One universal in football, when it's a kicking situation, all right, you're kicking a field goal, an extra point, you're punting, you never want to hear a second thud. That means the block has occurred. Imagine being the guys on the bench right now, the defensive unit. They thought they were going to get a cushion when they went back out on the field. That's no longer there.
They had the chance to take a second-half lead, but the special teams unit, they said, not on our watch. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. They'll try and wind some clock down with Martin. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Martin. And he's going to have to protect.